Hello and good morning. I want to take a little time this morning to talk about non fully automated pieces of equipment that you can use in your home. I had someone ask me, was there an alternative? They weren't fully comfortable with having things hooked to the cloud, things hooked to computers, the fully electronic method of fully automating a home. There are many things you can do. There are Lutron and Leviton smart switches with motion sensors that you can get put on your lights that will turn things on and off that do not have to be hooked to the internet. There are timers you can put on your lights. Some of them even have remote controls, little handy handheld remote controls that you can cut the lights on and off with. You can set timers to turn lights on and lights off so that they're on during the night, they're on when you come home, things like that. And this one was given to me. This is something I had not seen before. This one was given to me, and of course, I don't know where it came from. Could have come from Amazon, could have come from somewhere local. Not sure. It's, of course, one of these made in China things. But I thought it was neat because it does work indoor and outdoor. Of course, if it's outdoor, it has to be enclosed inside of a porch light, inside of something that's going to keep it watertight, so the water doesn't get into the electricity. But I thought it was neat because it's an actual. It just goes between the light bulb and the plug socket, as you can see here, and it basically is just an intermediary device where you leave the light on, and it has this light sensor here built into it. Make sure y'all can see that. It has a light sensor right here, and basically, depending on how much light that light sensor gets, is whether the light turns on or off. And that's just another alternative to not having something like a Wi-Fi bulb or a actual automated smart switch or something like that to keep your home a little bit automated. Of course, this works with a 7 to 100 watt incandescent bulbs. You can't exceed 100 watts. That's normal for things like that. Of course, like I said, you've got to pretty much make sure you don't put it in something that's going to get water inside. It's got to be sealed. And it does tell you that at dawn, at dusk, the light may flicker slightly or partially bright for a few minutes, and that's normal. So there's certain things that you have to live with. But I just wanted to say, take a time for a few minutes, just to say that there are ways that you can put smart things in your house to make things convenient. No, it's not lazy, especially if you have some type of disability where turning on a switch or lifting your arms or something like that causes problems to turn on a switch, or reaching a switch, or mobility problems. It's not a lazy man's way of doing things, it's just a convenience feature. Again, there's things like this switch here that can turn on lights for you and have them on. You've got timers that can turn lights on and off for you, so you don't have to, if you have arthritic conditions, you don't have to turn those bulbs on. There are other things, like I said, you can get the light switches that have the built-in motion sensor. So when someone comes in the room, it turns the lights on, and when you leave the room, it turns the lights off. You can set those to multiple different levels. So for that, not saying that you have to have that in every room, but in some rooms it does make a convenience. I mean, like for instance, in our kitchen between certain nighttime hours, between like 5:30 and 11 o'clock, we have it set so when the motion sensor goes off, it turns the light over top of the sink, so you don't have to actually reach and turn the overhead light on. And we're doing two things there. We're eliminating the heavy use of the top overhead light drawing that current, and we're using the small kitchen light, which uses much less current. On top of that, no one has to worry about cutting the lights off. I'm sure everybody's had that problem. You got that one person that refuses to cut lights off, runs through the house and turns on every lights. If you got kids, they leave the lights on all the time. Automation is a great thing for that. Yeah, it turns the lights off at a given time when there's no motion, and turns it back on when there is motion. The light is there when it's needed. The light is not there when it needs it, and it can actually cut down. It's not You're not going to see a huge decrease. You're not going to see slashing prices, but you will see a small difference. But just wanted to take the time to show this, that there are solutions, that you don't have to be hooked to the cloud to get home automation. A lot of people think, oh, just because he's got it that way, that's the way I have to do it, and I'm not comfortable with that. There are ways to do it the way you don't have to get hooked to the cloud. There are ways to do it with the cloud. In fact, one of the things that I'm working on now is I have moved a lot of my things off of Wi-Fi devices to a protocol called Zigbee, to local hubs, to where everything works on a local network, to where I'm not relying on a cloud internet or a cloud interface to move back and forth to control my devices. So just wanted to take the time today and show you that. I hope everyone's having a great day. And again, if you have any questions, please shoot them to me. I'll be happy to answer what I can or point you in the right direction to get you started. Have a great day.